In this clip, we'll take a look at creating our eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and unhide my eyebrow geometry. And with this selected, we'll go up here to Generate, XGen Editor. Okay, we'll go ahead and pull that out over here. And we need to go ahead and create a new description. So I'm going to come up over here to Descriptions and say Create. So this one is going to be called Eyebrows. Go ahead and capitalize that. And you can see it's already going to go to this human head collection. So for this one, we'll also do groomable splines and hit create. And you can see now it's going to add onto this surface here. And you can see I could choose between beard and eyebrows now if I needed to. So we'll stick with eyebrows. I'll come down here and increase my density. So let's say something about 200 should work well. There we go. All right, so what I want to probably very quickly come in and do is adjust the thickness. So we'll turn on cards. Let's go ahead and definitely bring that down considerably. Maybe something right about there. We'll do about 0.02. I think that's what we used on the beard as well. We'll go back to lines here. The overall length is probably way too much for eyebrows, so I'm going to go ahead and bring that down considerably right there. There we go. And let's go ahead and jump up here and use the length to very quickly get rid of the areas we don't really want. So I'm going to get rid of a lot of this just using the primitives painting tool that we looked at in the last clip, but we can at least do something for right now. So I'll go ahead and set my increment to negative 0.01, and actually I might even put it just to negative 0.1 to be faster, and we'll put our goal length at 0. So I'm going to come up over here, shrink my brush a bit, and let's just get rid of anything I know I'm not going to need. Again, I'm just going to work on this one side over here. Might have this go even faster at 0.5. There we go. So won't need any of that there. Over here, I definitely don't need anything that comes down towards the eyeball. So I'll go ahead and get rid of some of that, and that makes it actually a lot easier to see what we're going to be dealing with anyway. Okay. Maybe right there and right there. Okay, I think that's good enough. We're going to go ahead and flip that to his right. So we'll say flip to right. There we go. And I'll go ahead and grab my pose brush and just quickly comb this over. All right, so just give it roughly the direction his eyebrows will most likely go in. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and do a little bit of noise. Remember, I'm going to turn off my width. I'm also going to turn most of these down quite a bit and just add a little bit of life to those eyebrows. There we go. All right, and I'll go ahead and flip that over to the right, and I'll probably go ahead and do a little bit more noise and smoothing just to differentiate them a bit so they're not completely identical. So we'll go ahead and adjust there. We'll go ahead and adjust right there as well. And again, I'll go here and add just a tiny bit more noise in a couple random areas so they look just a little bit different. All right, that looks pretty good. So now I'll go ahead and jump over to my primitives tab, but not before turning this off so I don't have to view that. We'll jump over to primitives, let's view that, and we could see there's our eyebrows, which definitely could use some work right now. So I'm going to start by probably setting up my width. I'm going to go ahead and set this here to update preview automatically. We'll go ahead and bring down the root and the tip width considerably. I might even go ahead and hide this geometry in just a moment, but actually for right now we're doing okay. We probably want some more hairs in there, so I'm going to up my density. But actually let me first go to grooming and turn the sync off right there so that they're not connected. We'll go ahead and up this to maybe 500. There we go, that looks better. All right, I'll probably add a little bit of taper to it. So we'll go ahead and taper those off. And a little bit finer. However, looking at this, I definitely think I could probably have the hairs be a little bit thicker. So maybe we'll actually raise that root a little bit more. There we go. And I could use probably a little bit more combing on it, but it looks okay for now. Now, I can go ahead and, there we go, make sure I see both of those. I could probably thin these out considerably, so I'm going to do that probably through my density painting tool. So I'll quickly hide this head model just so it's not in my way. There, how's that for a horror show right there? And I'll come into my density. We'll go ahead and select create map. I'll again use about 15 texels per unit. We'll call this the eyebrow mask. Okay, we'll create that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my paint tool. Actually, looks like maybe I didn't have my surface selected. There we go. Now I do. Grab my paint tools right there. And I'll go ahead and choose my hard brush, a black color, and we'll go ahead and get ourselves a little bit more space right there. You won't have these issues as you won't have recording software running. I kind of have to have this very small space here, but I'm going to go ahead and definitely kind of knock out this whole area up here. And I really should actually be using my symmetry. It's going to be a lot faster. Go, so turn on our reflection there. Now I'm keeping an eye on where these hairs are. That gives me an idea of where they are right now. So I'm going to go in and just cut into those a little bit right there from both ends, because I do think they're coming up a little bit too wide right now. Okay, and now I'll go ahead and grab a white color, a much softer brush. I'll just kind of come in and just feather that a little bit, just right there. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and save that. Hit save right here. I'll go ahead and close off those tools. We can go ahead and hide this eyebrow geometry, bring back my head model, and there we go. That's looking much better. They are very bushy eyebrows, but I'm liking how they're looking. I'm going to go ahead and maybe increase this a bit more so they're a little bit denser. Go ahead and bring up that root thickness just a little bit more. Maybe bring that taper down. I can even work on where the taper begins. Doesn't seem to make a huge difference from that distance, but there's some pretty big eyebrows there. So I probably would want to go in and spend a little bit more time on these to go ahead and make them a little less prominent. He's looking a little bit on the cartoony side right now, but you could see that's how we can go in and create our eyebrows. So in the next clip, we'll go ahead and kind of just wrap things up here. Now there are a lot of features that we've clearly not covered. And there's, again, going to be a limited amount we can actually include in this course because we are going through, of course, NHair, XGen, and the new interactive grooming tools. However, the next module will also continue to cover this XGen system just a little bit differently. However, you'll notice that we're going to use a lot of the same settings. But at the same time, we do have another course. It's one I've authored that's available on Pluralsight, and it's called Creating Dynamic Fur with XGen in Maya. So, and in there we do go into a lot of these other settings in depth. So again, I'll go ahead and end this clip here, and in the next one we'll go ahead and complete our eyebrows and beard. I'll see you all there.